6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Pakistan today conducted successful training launch of Fatah-2 guided rocket system. Prime Minister has congratulated Pakistan Army and scientists on successful launch of guided rocket system. China has expressed full support to Pakistan in all areas of cooperation. Special Technology Zones Authority and National Radio and Telecommunication Corporation have joined hands to accelerate growth of technology industry. 82 Palestinians have been martyred in Israeli strikes in Gaza during the last 24 hours. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmiris are facing miseries and victimization for demanding their right to self-determination. And now the news in detail. Pakistan today conducted successful training launch of Fatah-2 guided rocket system with a range of 400 kilometers. According to ISPR, the launch was aimed at perfecting the launch drills and procedures. Equipped with state-of-the-art navigation system, unique trajectory, and maneuverable features, Fatah-2 is capable of engaging targets with high precision and defeating any missile defense system. Fatah-2 is being inducted in Pakistan's artillery division for standoff precision engagement of deep targets. The flight test was witnessed by Chief of the General Staff, Pakistan Army, senior officers from the three services, and dedicated scientists and engineers. Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, Chief of Army Staff, and all services chiefs have congratulated participating troops and scientists on this excellent achievement. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has congratulated Pakistan Army and scientists on the successful launch of Fatah-2 guided rocket system. In a statement today, he said Fatah-2 is result of tireless work of Pakistan Army and scientists. The Prime Minister hoped that the system would further fortify Pakistan's defense. Chinese Executive Vice Premier Deng Xijia has expressed Beijing's full support to Islamabad in all areas of cooperation, including economy and trade and investment. He was talking to Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar in Beijing today. Chinese Vice Premier reaffirmed the importance of fast-track implementation of CPEC projects for mutual prosperity and development. The two sides agreed to sustain the growing momentum of Pakistan-China relations in all areas of cooperation and to further deepen ironclad Pakistan-China friendship. Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar expressed condolences and outrage on the Shangla attack on 26 March and assured zero tolerance for perpetrators. Matters relating to the connectivity through Khunjrab border crossing and a simplified visa regime were also discussed in the meeting. Planning Minister Ahsan Iqbal has underscored the need for political stability and continuity of economic policies to attain social development. Addressing the Pakistan Development Summit in Islamabad today, he said peace and political stability are prerequisite elements to put the country on the path of economic development. Highlighting the significance of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project, the minister said it is a game-changer project which will help to transform local industrial and agriculture sectors. He also called for mobilizing domestic resources to meet the financial requirements and reducing the reliance on borrowing. The minister also stressed the need to strengthen the foreign exchange reserve of the country to ensure timely payments of all international commitments. Special Technology Zones Authority and National Radio and Telecommunication Corporation have formally signed a zone development agreement of 12.5 billion rupees. A ceremony to this effect was held at the STZA headquarters in Islamabad. The main purpose of the agreement is to accelerate growth of technology industry in the country. This is Radio Pakistan. The National Assembly, in its session today, continued discussion on the President's address to the joint sitting of the Parliament. Participating in the debate, PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari said, President Asif Ali Zardari calls for political dialogue to find solutions to the problems confronting the country. He said it is the responsibility of the elected representatives to sit together to address public issues and steer Pakistan out of economic crisis. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari also commended President Asif Ali Zardari's acumen for meeting demands of the protesting people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. The PPP chairman urged all the provinces to extend maximum support to federal government in providing quality facilities to the people in health and education sectors. JUIF leader Maulana Abdul Ghafoor Hadri called for providing maximum relief to the farmers in Balochistan. He said electricity should be provided at subsidized rates to the farmers. Earlier, National Assembly resumed its session at the Parliament House in Islamabad with Deputy Speaker Syed Ghulam Mustafa Shah in the chair. At the outset of the session, the House offered Fatiha for Major Babar Khan, who embraced martyrdom in exchange of fire with terrorists in Job. The House will now meet tomorrow at 11 in the morning. The funeral prayer of Shaheed Major Babar Niazi, who was martyred in an intelligence-based operation against terrorists in Job, has been offered. Senior military and civil officers and representatives of public and civil administration participated in the funeral prayer. Armed forces of Pakistan stand by the nation and are determined to thwart terrorist attempts to sabotage the peace and stability of the country. Pakistan Coast Guards have launched intensive operations to prevent drug smuggling on the coastal belt. A huge amount of prohibited items were recovered during these operations. Pakistan Coast Guards is always engaged in preventing all types of smuggling and playing its role in stabilizing the economy. The International Day of Families was observed today. In 1993, the UN General Assembly decided in a resolution to observe this day each year. The day highlights the importance of families and their role in the society. The theme of this year's day is Families and Climate Change. As the world is observing the International Day of Families today, the Kashmiri families in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir continue to face miseries and victimization at the hands of Indian Army and police for demanding their right to self-determination in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. A report released by the Kashmir Media Service on the occasion of the International Day of Families revealed that Jammu and Kashmir, being the most militarized zone in the world, has witnessed killings, enforced disappearances, torture, rapes, and other brutalities by the Indian forces over the last 3 decades. At least 82 Palestinians have been martyred in unabated Israeli strikes across besieged Gaza enclave during the last 24 hours. The strikes targeted residential areas, including a house and a school in the Nusayrat refugee camp. Over 35,100 people have been martyred and over 79,000 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October last year. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has reiterated his urgent appeal for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. In a statement, he called for reopening of Rafah crossing immediately and for unimpeded humanitarian access throughout besieged enclave. He said escalation of Israeli bombardments in the Rafah and southern Gaza has further impeded humanitarian access. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts, while very hot in central and southern parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind, and thunderstorm is likely at isolated places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and northwestern Balochistan. Now the headlines once again. Pakistan today conducted successful training launch of Fatah-2 guided rocket system. Prime Minister has congratulated Pakistan Army and scientists on successful launch of guided rocket system. China has expressed full support to Pakistan in all areas of cooperation. 82 Palestinians have been martyred in Israeli strikes in Gaza during the last 24 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.